Anyway, continuing on with Danganronpa. Oh man. Well, seems like Sakura's dead now, and I didn't even get to spend that much time with her either, which kinda sucks, but I felt death. Only the tiniest bit of warmth remains, but all the life had drained from her. And then... we got a corpse here. We'll be holding the class trial pretty soon, so make sure you, good use of the time you've got. Oh man. What? Sakura is... Sakura is... dead? She's dead? I couldn't hear Asahina's trembling voice behind me, but my eyes were frozen on a single point. The body before me. Ugami's dead body. Oh man. It looks like we were too late. It's happened again. Speaking through clenched teeth, Kirigiri placed her hand on Ugami's corpse. It looked like she was confirming her death, checking for a pulse or a reaction or something. I gotta go get them. Gotta go get everyone else. Asahina staggered out of the rec room. And I... Why? Why did this have to? Could do nothing but mumble. Just mumble the same thing over and over again. I'm going to need to examine Ugami's body. As Kirigiri examined her body, I could do nothing but stand back and stare, bolted to the floor. Time passed. Time continued to flow, and I continued to be helplessly frozen in place. A while later, I brought them. Whoa, ogre? Whoa, looky here, big girl's gone bye-bye. I see. Ugami's been murdered. Once the final three had arrived, Kirigiri began speaking. As I'm sure you've heard, the corpse delivery announcement was just made. You know what that means, don't you? That Sakura Ugami was murdered by someone in this room. Or am I misunderstanding? No. It wasn't just someone in this room. Sakura was killed by... Hagakure, Togami, or Fukawa. One of you three. What? You sound awfully certain for not having done any investigation. I don't need to. Investigate anything. I just know. I mean, come on, you guys all acted like Sakura was the bad guy. So obviously one of you three killed her. You already know who did it. Don't tell me you're one of those earthlings who unleashes super detective powers when you're angry. What do you want? Oh, Asahina, so silly. I'm here to make a special delivery. The next issue of Homicide Today. Oh god. Otherwise known as the Monokuma File 4. You ain't doing it right with your bombastic, you ain't doing right by your bombastic face by wearing that angry scowl, Asahina. Oh, got a blast. Just wait a second. There's something I'd like to know. Yeah? You didn't kill Ugami, did you? Yes, yes. She said she intended to do battle with you, with the Puppet Master. Maybe you two got into another fight and then you... killed her? Neither close nor cigar. Nope, you're totally off base. I'm sorry to say it, but Ugami died a pitiful death before even reaching the boss room. Thankfully, though, that means I got off easy. No need to accept her challenges anymore. Because really, a monster like her ain't so easy to take down, even for Monokuma the Great. I was at a loss. Here she is breaking the rules by attacking me, and here I am unable to claim my restitution. So whoever you are, Mr. or Mrs. Villain, you have my deepest gratitude. Gratitude? Oh, rather than directing your anger at me, you should funnel into finding the culprit. After all, it's you guys' life on line here. Oh, man. What the heck? You're grateful? You sicken me, you monster. I can agree with him on one point. I'm glad it was Ugami. She was the Puppet Master's mole, after all. How could you say that? Whoops. I don't have time to bicker with you peons. Game's already begun. If you need someone to hate, hate on whoever killed her. Our number one priority right now should be finding the culprit. If we don't, we'll all be executed. First, we'll decide who's responsible for watching over the crime scene. I'll do it. Asahina? I'll be fine. Let me handle it. Anyway, I want to be here with Sakura. Alright then, Asahina. You're the first watchman. The second is... you, Kiryuri. Me? You're always getting in my way. This time, you can be a good little girl and stand guard. That's an order. An order? That's fine, I'll stay here. Then it's settled. Let's get started. Wait. There's something I have to say first. And what might that be? Hagakure, Togami, and Fukawa. The three of you are not allowed in this room. Huh? You're the ones who killed Sakura. I can't let any of you get anywhere near her. Shut your mouth, insolent fool. My life is at risk. I have a right to investigate the scene. Say whatever you want. I'm not letting you murderers touch Sakura. I won't let you in, even if I have to drag you out myself. It seems we're at an impasse. Continuing this quarrel any longer was just a waste of time. Then I'll make a concession. Never mind all three. Just let me investigate. What? That's not a problem, is it? It's not like you'd be of any help anyway. Cool with me? Investigation? Pah! Fabulously fantasizing about my white knight is much better use of my time. You don't have any complaints either. Do you, Hagakure? Well, if you insist, it's not like I got no choice. I guess I got no choice. Out of the way, dude, it's not like I did anything. Then it's decided. Who gave you permission to decide anything? Asahina, I understand how you feel right now, but you really need to accept Togami's proposal. But we have to find the murderer. Not only our own sakes, but for Ogami's sake as well. Fine, I'll let you investigate the room, Togami. But you absolutely cannot lay a finger on Sakura. And why would I? I'm not putting my hands on that filthy thing. Enough with the bickering already. We need to focus on investigating this murder now. We would do well to keep in mind, everyone, that if we don't find the murderer, last one of us will be killed. It's not a question of whether we want to or not. The only chance of us making it through this alive is to uncover the killer responsible for Ogami's death. A desperate hope, but our only hope. Oh man. First off, let's see what the Monokuma file has to say. Victim, Sakura Ogami, time of death approximately 12 p.m. The corpse was discovered in the recreation room on the 3rd floor of the school zone. The victim appears to have been struck over the head with great force. Aside from that, there are no obvious external wounds. Additionally, the victim has vomited a considerable volume of blood. Well, then that just makes it sound like somebody used one of the new poisons in the chemistry lab. One of the new poisons we got. So we gotta find out who used the poison. Huh. That's gonna be interesting. This case is probably gonna be a tough one. What makes you say that? The only entrance to the rec room is the door we came in through. Furthermore, the door was blocking it from the inside by a chair, making it unopenable. That begs the question, after sealing the door with the chair, how did the culprit escape from the room? I see, so the only door was sealed from the inside. The entry was impossible until I broke the glass, meaning there was no way out. In short, this was a sealed murder room. A sealed room murder? Yeah, I've heard of that before. Yeah, sure, this sort of stuff happens on TV and manga all the time, but in real life, and right here, right before my very eyes? While we're on the subject, would you like to go into a bit more detail about sealed room murders? Please, I'd appreciate that. Sealed room murders can be, by and large, divided into 4 major categories. Category 1, a sealed room constructed from the outside after a crime has been committed. After committing the murder, the culprit uses some sort of trick to seal the room. This typically involves them setting the lock from the outside somehow, but the possibilities are endless. It could be something primitive like string and pulley, or something more complex and mechanical. Some sort of trick with the lock, huh? I'll have to give the door a good look over later. Category 2. A sealed room that already existed before the murder occurred. Basically, the culprit uses some tool or method by targeting the victim on the outside of the sealed room. Something like a remote-activated gun or firing arrows through the crack in the door. However, this case probably doesn't fit into that category. Not only aren't there any guns or archery equipment in the school, the door doesn't have that wide a space. She has a point. It's probably safe to cross that one off the list. And then category 3, the culprit is inside the sealed room when the seal is broken. So they're hidden inside somewhere? They take advantage of the confusion and slip into the crowd, acting like they just showed up. And that's how they get away with it. That seems reasonably plausible. The fourth and final category is, it was never a sealed room to begin with. Never a sealed room? In other words, the room has a secret passage or something in it, some way for the culprit to escape. Mysteries falling into the category show up in novels a lot, but in reality it's highly improbable. Then it's safe to assume that we can cross it off the list, yes. And that concludes my lecture on sealed rooms. I think I get it. So there are 4 major categories of sealed room murders. So Kirigiri, which category do you think this murder falls under? Good question. I imagine there will be a big point during the class trial. However, at this stage, it's hard to say. How did the culprit construct a sealed room? We'll need to figure that out if we're going to reach the truth behind Ogami's death. She was right. This is going to be a tough mystery. I need to focus on my investigation. Not just for me, but for Ogami. Oh man, my throat's already getting a little tired. Always gotta remember to have water. And I just ran out. Well done, me. Okay. So, first we have a little note by Sakura's feet. Looks like a wrapping of some sort. Hey, that's... You recognize this, Asahina? Well, yeah, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. You remember how mad Sakura was when Geno said a show scratched me up? Well, I tried to calm her down, and I gave her some right after we left the infirmary. The wrapper from the candy you gave Ogami. The wrapper had been in the dormitory storeroom. I'd love it so much, or the candy had been, that as soon as the storeroom opened, I took a whole box back to my room. So no one else could have gotten any. You like it that much? I wanted Sakura to taste it too, which is why I gave her some. But now she'll never taste it again. Asahina. Loaded red polka dot candy in the Electro ID. Okay. Got some blood over there. There are shards of glass scattered on the floor, along with the chair Ogami is sitting on. The glass is red, and look at this. That's the neck of the bottle, and there's the bottom of one. So basically that means these shards of glass used to be a glass bottle. So somebody broke a glass bottle on her head. Huh. There's something else on the floor next to the glass. A single figure, just small enough to fit into the palm of the hand. A Monokuma figure. The fuck? Okay, interesting. Let's look at the body. Ogami spent her last breath here, slumped forward on this couch. As I recall, she was struck over the head. Normally you'd expect that to be the cause of death, but the Monokuma file also mentioned she had been vomited blood. There is indeed blood on her mouth. What exactly caused her to vomit? The Monokuma file says that, aside from the wounds on her head, there aren't any external wounds. Okay. Maybe the blow to her head caused her to vomit blood? Yeah, right. Togami? I will say, though, you've taken notice of something absolutely fascinating. Not bad. Fascinating? Do you not think so? I wouldn't call it fascinating. But curious, maybe. There's no question that she vomited blood. It has something to do with her death. That is true. Oh, man. Alright, what else do we have to look at here? We got, oh, man. Wait, what the hell? That looks beat up. What's going on here? The locker's door's been left open, and look at this on the inside. Those handprints? Why would there be handprints in a place like that? Due to all the dust inside the locker, it looks like the prints were left untouched anywhere it was touched. They appear to be relatively new as well. I'm guessing someone was hiding in this locker, and that's when they left these handprints. Oh, hey, in that case, could the culprit have been hiding inside the locker when we unsealed the room? And then after we broke the seal, they slipped into the crowd acting like they had just shown up? Sorry to disappoint you, but that's out of the question. Huh? Why? Recall how the room looked before the window, through the window before we broke the seal. It was already open. That's right, the locker was already open. Therefore, it's not possible for someone to have been hiding in the locker when we unsealed the room. But in that case, what do these handprints mean? That is interesting. Okay, what else do we have to look at? Okay, so we got bloodstain. Oh, bloodstain. I was talking more like blood-covered glass, but there's a bloodstain over here. There's a pool of blood on the floor in front of the magazine rack. While I'm sure it must be Ogami's blood, something feels off about it. What's it so far away from the body? Alright. I guess I should... What else do we have here? Oh, what the hell? This place is a mess. There's a plastic container on the floor near the rec room door. It looks like a bottle of protein, and it's empty too. It's probably Ogami. She was always drinking protein. Plus, she and Asahina like to talk about how protein could cure anything. Be careful, that's a hyperbole. Yes, I know. Anyway, the label on the protein container says Chem Lab A2. That reminds me, Ogami did say something about the Chem Lab on the 4th floor having good protein. Which would mean this container came from the Chem Lab? Huh, that doesn't make sense. What doesn't? On the floor, or on the container, there are shards of light blue glass from when I broke the window's door. The shards aren't scattered around the container, but under it as well. Does that tell us something? I'm not sure specifically what it means just yet, but it wouldn't hurt to keep it in mind. I'm guessing it'll turn out to be a very important clue. A very important clue? What does she mean by that? Okay, let's look at the door. This door is the one and only entrance to the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no trace of the handle having been removed. The only thing that sticks out is the broken glass, but that's my fault since I broke it getting into the room. Also, I don't see any evidence of a string or any other kind of contraption having been used, which means there's nothing out of the ordinary about the door itself. And that was the door in front of it, right? The rec room wouldn't open because this door was shoved up against it, but I see no trace of any sort of apparatus like string or metal hook or anything. So there wasn't anything done to the chair itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's pretty much no question the door wouldn't open because the chair was wedged in front of it. The chair prevented the doorknob from turning, which in turn prevented the door from opening. And since neither the door nor the chair show any signs of having been modified in any way, the culprit couldn't have made the sealed room from the outside. It had to have been from inside. Loaded rec room door and latch ready, okay. What else do I have to look at? Is there anything else? Okay, I got all those. Oh wait, I haven't looked at this yet. The magazine rack. There are all different kinds of magazines here. Thank you, very informative. Anything up here? There are 4 red bottles lined up on the cabinet. Each one of these bottles has a Monokuma finger inside. How the heck do these fingers get inside the bottle anyway? Wait a minute. Then that's what was... Yeah, that was laying on the ground. It's the same idea as the impossible bottle. Huh? Where you put something, say a model sailboat, into a bottle with a mouth smaller than the object. You've never seen anything like that before? Oh, I think I have. This is the Monokuma version. We call them the Monokuma bottles. Loaded Monokuma bottles and light ready. I'm slowly starting to piece things together. The Monokuma bottles on the cabinet. The Monokuma figure on the floor. The red fragments of glass on the floor that I suspect used to be a bottle. Putting 2 and 2 together, it looks like Ogami was hit over the head with one of these Monokuma bottles. At least, that's what the Monokuma figure on the floor suggests. In other words, it's very well possible the murder weapon was a Monokuma bottle. No, it's not. I'm pretty sure it was poison. Okay, what else did I look at? I looked at the chair, I looked at the door. I'm not looking at the clock, I refuse. Fine, I'll look at the clock. Right now it's around 1 PM. The Monokuma file says Sakura died approximately noon. So that put it right about an hour ago. That was around the time when Kirigiri and I were moving Ultra Ego to the hidden room, wasn't it? I already looked at that. Okay, let's talk to everybody in here now. I guess we'll talk to Togami first. What do you want? Go and play over there and stay out of my way. The scorn in his eyes is likely to burn a hole in my soul if I don't get out of here and quick. Okay. I already know who did it. Togami, Fukawa, or Hagakure. One of those three. I mean, they all acted like Sakura was the bad guy. You think so too, don't you, Nagi? Well, I can't really say either way until I've done a little more investigation. And let me tell you this. Sakura asked all three of them to meet her in the rec room. What? This morning, after you brought me to the infirmary, you know me and Sakura left together, right? Well, after that, she ended up going off somewhere by herself. But later on, I saw her again. That's when she told me that she had left notes on all of their rooms. The note said, come to the recreation room before lunch. Before lunch? Her time of death was around noon. It's true, she told me herself. I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. She said they were just going to talk and that I didn't need to worry. And yet, this happened. If I had just forced her not to come, none of this would have happened. Asahina. Telling her not to blame herself is probably asking for the impossible. But to think that Togami, Hagakure, and Fukawa were all summoned here by Ugami. Here to the scene of the crime, just before noon, when she was murdered. I should probably try and corroborate her testimony with the three of them. Well, first let's see what you have to say. I'm surprised someone even managed to kill Ugami. She's certainly not the kind of person who would go down easy. It most definitely would not have been easy. She was the super duper high school fighter. Both her body and spirit were extremely tenacious. So, how did the culprit manage to kill her? Or could they have at all? Maybe they caught her by surprise? Taking her by surprise is probably the only way you could kill her. Alright, so you're one of the people that was summoned, or called to the rec room. What do you want? Don't get in my way. I've got a question for you, Togami. Make it fast. Is it true that you received an invitation from Ugami to come to the rec room? Ah, so you know about that. And then it's true? Yes, a note to that effect was left under my bedroom door. But who the hell would be stupid enough to just waltz on in and let that monster kill them? You didn't go? Of course not. I tore the note up and threw it away. I made no contact with Ugami whatsoever today. He says he didn't come to the break room, but is he telling the truth? I don't have any evidence to claim otherwise, though, so I just have to believe him for now. If you're done, then get out of my sight. Yeah, thanks. Well, Nagi, have you gotten a good look at everything? Yeah, I think, at least the cursory look. Next are the interviews. I'm on guard duty, so I can't go anywhere. So you're going to go do it in my place. She's got this all planned out, doesn't she? Ever since we cleared the air between us, she's gotten a little pushy. Either way, she's right. We are going to need to conduct some interviews. I need to see what the other two people Ugami summoned have to say about that. Oh, I guess I can't leave that way. There we go. I'll leave that way then. More than likely, the two of them are in the dorms. Oh, just walk me there. Don't let me explore. Okay then. I see how it is. In the dorms. Now, are we talking like sleeping or just walking around? Okay, Fukawa and Hagakure. I'll go to Hagakure first. Feel like I'll get more information out of him. I place my finger on the bell. After a short wait. What's up, Nags? You need me for something? There's something I wanted to ask you, Hagakure. Ugami invited you to the rec room earlier. Where'd you hear that? Did you read my mind? Have you awoken a secret ability, dude? Anyway, I'm not the only one she invited, dude. Ogre told me herself, dude. She also invited both Kawa and Togs. Huh? You talked to Ugami? When was this? Well, when she invited me, dude. I thought she delivered the notes to everyone. Yeah, the note. She gave it to me in person, dude. And that's when she told me. This story is obviously pretty fishy. So did you go to the rec room? Hell no, I didn't. Like I'd go to see her. Something doesn't add up here. The last time I saw Ogre was when we brought Asahina down to the infirmary, dude. After that, I never saw her again. While I'm here, could you let me have a look at the note you were given? Nope, no. Do I still have the note? Hagakure shoved his hand in his pocket. Sorry, man, I don't have it. It's gone. Then he gave me a twitchy smile as he pulled it back out. And when he did, something fell onto the floor right in front of me. Something from inside his pocket. Huh. Crap. He swiped up like a gust of wind and shoved it back into his pocket. Trash, dude, trash. Just some trash I forgot to throw out. Wait a minute, you. You dirty, scandalous hooker. Oh, you dirty slut, you. Trash. Anywho, Ogre invited me to the rec room, but truth, I didn't go, so I'm out of here, dude. Not even giving me a chance to speak, he forcefully ended our conversation and fled into his room. He said it was just a piece of trash, but that wasn't just any trash, was it? Oh, you dirty hooker, you. Hagakure, how could you? Oh, man. Didn't think I would suspect you, Hagakure, after being a suspect in the last murder. Oh man, okay, now we got Fukawa to talk to. I placed my finger on the bell. And after a short wait... Okay, she's back to normal. What? Who is it? A wave of sour negative energy lurched down into the hall when Fukawa opened her door. What? What do you want? Fukawa, you're back to yourself again and not genocider. Don't talk about her around me, you'll spoil my mood. And I was just beginning to enjoy myself. Is this what enjoying yourself looks like? Hey, is now a good time? I need to talk to you about something. Shh. After clicking her tongue loud enough for me to hear, Fukawa stepped out into the hallway. What is it? You said you needed to talk to me? Actually, I was wanting to ask you about the note you got from Ogami asking you to meet her in the rec room. What? Don't ask me. I don't know anything about that. So Ogami admitted to having gotten one. Huh? My white knight was also summoned? Ah, slip of the tongue. Now it's completely obvious that I was summoned too. Yep, it kinda is. So you want to tell me about that? Yes, I did see the note. But I didn't go to the rec room. I was too afraid to go. Huh, she says she didn't go. Is that really true? I don't have any evidence to claim otherwise, so I'll have to believe her for now. You've heard enough, yes? I'm going back to my room. And with that, Fukawa scurried back into her room. Well, I've heard what Fukawa and Hagakure have to say, but what's next? Sounds like I'm going to have to re-examine the crime scene, but in addition to that, I should probably go looking into that protein container I found in the rec room. As I recall it, that came from the chemistry lab. Alright, well, what's first? Oh, what do I want to do first? So I can go... I should probably head to the chemistry lab, since I've already looked around the crime scene a bunch. And that is on the 4th floor? Yep, 4th floor. Actually, it was over here. Oh, there it is. Yes. And I'm gonna save here. And I guess I'll pause this.